Greetings and salutations, y'all. What's cracking, man? It's been a minute. Back. Um, been offline probably about 2 days. I ain't been able to access my channel and shit. Like I can watch it, but I wasn't able to upload shit, or I thought they cut my lights off in this piece, but it really got me thinking. When the lights do cut off in this motherfucker, not losing my life though, but if this channel ever stopped, I'm pretty sure it's gonna come from somebody I don't know reporting the fuck out of it, or that's why I don't use images with this channel. I don't try to butter it up like everybody else stuff, because what I'm seeing is, like I say, people catching like copyright infringement and then getting a series of reports, and then they shit getting shut down. I know people who life's work gone. You know what I mean? Like the fact that I couldn't access my shit, I was heated, but it just got really, it just really got square with me as far as the author part of what I'm doing. So I told you the LLE.Ascension book, I was gonna wait till 5K to put it out, because like I say, at this 3.6K, which I've been at, I would say probably about a year straight. A year straight. It's kind of been like a buzzkill, a little let down, but like I say, I'll be trying not to let numbers affect me, and I figured I at least got the 5K. I would say like last year. It's just making me look more at my author side. So aside from the LLE.Ascension book, which I'm gonna put out eventually, I ain't gonna tell y'all when. I think even saying the whole I'll put it out in the 5K thing was the mistake. To the powers that be, that's listening and shit. So I got a book of poems too. It's called Sterling Soliloquies, and I'm gonna kick it off with this poem. Some of y'all I'll be putting this on my Facebook channel, but I ain't seen this poem in a minute. It's called Late. I'm gonna say this while I do the spread for the divine masculine situation. Divine feminine situation is gonna be next. So, Late, a poem by D.Boom. If I can go back 10 minutes, I would have called. If I can go back 20 minutes, I would have said I loved you and all. My apology was a half past too late. I let you leave at 9 p.m. and I could have stayed at 8. I'm too late. Yesterday we were in the green, today we're in the red. I took you for granted last weekend, but this week you did. My pride is a beast. From snow days to cold weeks, I freeze, making it my duty to do exactly how you do me. As moments turn into hours and hours turn into weeks, I'll be missing you every day, especially when I sleep. Must this attitude I keep beats the hell out of me. Them weeks turn into months. It'll make 12 next week. An eye for an eye. Revenge is bittersweet, but for me, and for those who lost their blessing, say a prayer for the weak. 1 5-minute call could have saved a year worth of grief. Do you want to be happier? Right. That's what I should have said to me. I can't go back in time. I can't change a thing. And nothing changed but my address. What a lesson to teach. What a difference a day makes. I could text you this speech, but you wouldn't read it anyway, because you're as extra as me. Late. Poem by D.Boom, man. Hey, I got a whole bunch of stuff for y'all, you know what I'm saying? I wrote this poem book, I would say, during recognition phase. First 2 years I'm in my 20s was a very blissful period, trying to figure this thing out. The emotions and shit that I was on at that time was pure. This whole demo I had was pure. I'm 8 years in it. You know what I mean? And that's like, I don't know, my heart was just so open, man. I wrote a few poems. You know what I mean? And I'm ready to share it with y'all. And the inspiration from these poems was my twin flame. That poem was about my twin. He's a guy. He's like my dad, right? Like I said, love conquers all. Love changes things. Love transforms also. And this is divine love we talk about. Not that earthly shit y'all get off on so much. Divine masculine situation. Let's get busy. First card in this message, we got the Two of Cups. This is the Lover's card. Or best friends. This could be you and your twin flame. This could be you and your karmic for those who ain't fucking with their twins and just choosing the karmic side. This could be you and your mentor, you and your mom, you and your seed. Whatever this is a bond that can't be broken. Usually when you would love with a person, like truly in love with a person, the only thing that can separate y'all is death. But even in death, the love lives on. Clarifying that as the Three of Swords, this is pain. This is going past the point of no return. Like I say, one thing love teaches you is pain. What's the Three of Swords in my deck? It's just going past the point of no return. That's pain. Ace of Swords, that's the only direction we need to go, and that's up. The higher we go up, the less people that's going to be around. The higher we go up, the less people going to have to do the opposite of mustard. The higher we up, the lonely we going to be. It's a lonely road, but we know what's back there. We know where we came from. For those who have ascended, you talking about the vines here, not you karmic fucks. I've been ascending for 8 years with my twin. It's going to be 221. I met this man 212. Yeah, the end of the world happened in 212. But it wasn't doomsday. It was twins. It was a twin demo, man. I'm glad it got me here. But I'd be lying if I didn't tell you this shit wasn't painful. It was. Emotionally, mentally, spiritually, physically, it was a lot. And that's just my demo. See, my twin's like my father. I'm divine masculine because I'm the divine feminine. He's like my father. Ain't no boo knocking around this motherfucker. Ain't no worldly type of love here. When it comes to the feelings and the thoughts and decisions and the direction I've been going with this, the direction my twin been going with me, we still here. The twins are still out there fighting for love, fighting for understanding, fighting for your twin, because that's all it is. It's going to be a lot of pain that's going to come with that shit. But that pain, it's going to transform you into a whole new creature. That's just very important. Bottom line was very important. We got the Knight of Cups, which is huge love, huge emotion. Like a high energy frequency when it comes to your heart. And clarifying that is the Nine of Cups, dreams coming true, wishes being granted, miracles happening. Cups, two cups up here, cups. What are cups? Feelings and emotions. All feelings and emotions are just indicators of where you mentally going in life. What's a sword? There's pain here. It's only mental. Swords are thoughts, decisions, directions, mentality, ideology. Thoughts and decisions. Masculine, when it comes to this big, huge frequency of love you got, like I say, this love is a dream come true. This divine love is a dream come true. This divine love was a miracle in itself. This divine love was wishes granted on so many levels. Like I said, my twin is my father. My biological father never knew who he was. I thought my father that was locked up, the man that I get my name from, he didn't get out. My father had been locked up my whole life. He's been in there 33 years already. I'm 33. I said that shit 2 times. My biological father, I don't know who he is. Now, the man I get my name from, who I thought was my dad, all the way up to about 6 years old, until I met the person who could have been my biological father, he was definite then. Now, he might not be. I just got reintroduced to a person who might be my father. He looks more like me than the rest of these niggas. But my twin looked more like me than any of these niggas. And I'm 33. I don't have that bond with my father. He got out at 2000. That was my birthday gift. My 25th birthday gift. I remember sitting in class with my twin. I met my twin June of 2012. My twin was just sitting there. He was just staring at me. Me and him was talking like we always do. This was like 1 month into recognition, son. So you know it was blissful. And I got the call. My auntie. She like, yo, your dad getting out. I'm what? 25 years old. Been watching him behind the glass for the past 11 years because he was in the Supermax. And in my younger days, he was at Stateville. If anybody knows what Stateville is in Chicago, well, it's really like Joliet and shit, but that's like the big house. My pops used to run that motherfucker. So when I used to go see him in Stateville, he never had like a jumpsuit on. This nigga used to have, like I say, medallions, jewelry, Coogi sweaters and shit, you know. Big GD, nigga. That nigga big GD. Fuck you talking about? Like, I always moralized him as like my father and shit. But my mom always told me who he really was. And I didn't really find out who he really was until he got out. You know, my 25th birthday, I went to his hearing. I went to plenty of hearings. They never let him out. 33 years, they let him out. This year, they let him out. I remember because the feds cornered me. They was like, yeah, are you gang affiliated? Woo, 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 woo. No. Like, what you talking about? Like, we ain't in these streets like that. Like, that shit dead. They cut the head off the snake with the gangs a long time ago. But I'm saying all that shit to say this. You know, I don't talk to him no more. He was very instrumental in my childhood. I don't talk to him no more. This dude who could have been my biological father. I ain't seen him in 20 years. Last time I seen that man, I was 13. The year I met my twin, my father came out of prison. And my twin, I took my twin to meet him. My twin met my father and everything. He was like, yo, he don't fuck with you like that. Same shit my mama used to say. Everything my mama said, my twin said. My twin steered me right when it came to him. Now here it is, I got my so-called pops. Like I was telling my twin the other day, I'm like, nigga, you my dad, man. Like I'm 33, I ain't really looking for no pops anyway, but you my dad. That's how we gonna keep shit. Now, my twin ain't got no kids. He might have an estranged kid out here, but it ain't no son. You know what I mean? I feel like I'm his only son. I feel like he's my only father out here. And that's just the bond we got. That's our two of cups. I feel a void from him. He feel a void from me. We complete each other in ways we can't even explain. But that's how this twin flame shit works. It ain't here to fill your void, but it's here to complete a lot of cycles in your life. Bottom line. So when it comes to my masculine, your masculine, you being in your masculine's life, me being in my masculine's life, it completes them in ways that they can't even explain. Coming into this thing, we got the 4 cups. This is the world. Third dimension, temporary space and time. The world has an expiration date. Heaven ain't got one, but you know, we ain't talking about Zion. This world. Like I say, when I thought my channel shut down, it got me thinking, what happened when the internet shut down? What happened when the lights cut off in this bitch? It's gonna be the world as it once was. One thing about being divine, man, I stay so far away from the world. Sometimes when I get worldly chin checks, it make more sense. Basically descending from Zion, coming to earth and experiencing what it really is. The world is going down a whole new path. You can see it in the children. You can see it in the teens. You can see it from the older generation dying the fuck off. The world is a temporary space and time with an expiration date. Only thing we need to be focusing on is everything past it. More smoke on this world card, your masculine guy and his mystery madness coming into this thing is the 8 of Cups. This is divinity. It's the Patti LaBelle card. What makes Patti LaBelle so cold? She the most divine diva I know. She was never out here like the rest of these divas you see or these movies be portraying. We've been familiar with Patti since what, the 70s? Nigga, it's 221. She's still on her thug thingamajig. She's still on her thing. She also enterprising. She ain't a slave to no labels. If anybody gonna be a slave, they gonna be a slave to her mix. Aside from keeping your integrity clean, which Patti did for decades, it's about enterprising. You've seen how it changed Patti LaBelle's life. It can change yours too. So masculine, you in the world, seeking divinity, peaking in your divinity, on your way to enterprise. Personally, coming to the situation, masculine, you got yourself in true form with a cape on. This is you in your divine uniform. This is what you are and how you are in Zion. This is what you are and how you are around your twin. The only person you can really be yourself with, and vice versa. Clarifying you being your true self and in full form, we got the devil here, who you looking face to face. Devil looking scared as hell. You looking very serious. More smoke. Devil looking scared as hell. You looking very serious. Because deep down you know, everything gonna be okay. Whoever this devil is or has become, you let them go their way. This is like it's like the energy I had when a motherfucker pulled a gun on me for cutting him off. He pulled a gun out, I pulled a Bible out. So he seen the Bible, he apologized and got to telling his story on what led to this moment. I said, yo, shut the fuck up. You foul, and I don't need to hear it. I walked away with my life intact and took my ass to the gym. This happened 5 a.m, fresh off work. I didn't show no pity towards this guy. I didn't feel sorry for him either. His situation, none of that shit. Whatever drove him to point a gun in my face and threaten me to kill me because of what he was feeling was beyond me. When I pull that Bible out, man, like I say, that was my sword. That's what protects me. I'm a divine person. If I was karmic, I would have put a gun out. It would have been a shootout. Or I would have keep a gun for situations like these. It would have been a fucking shootout. Or one nigga dead. Or 2 niggas dead. I keep the sword. I was having an hour-and-a-half conversation with a missionary today about God. You know, kind of got distracted because, like I say, I work with kids. You know what I'm saying? I run a whole center with my mother. So my mom was even like, Daniel, boy, you better get to work, watch them kids shit, because I was just so caught up in our conversation. And she was quoting so many scriptures, she made me, man, I got to get back in my Bible. So I can start quoting scriptures like you and know what they mean and shit. You know what I'm saying? The devil is what it is. I'm not okay with the devil, but at the same time, it's the 4 cups. This is where the devil rules. This is where the devil thrives and lives and shit like that. You know what I'm saying? And what's the devil card in my deck? Addictions, past behavior, doing shit you said you weren't going to do no more, somebody being chained to you, or you still chained to something. You're starting to see what this devil really is in your life, masculine. And you're past it. You're looking right at him, but past him. You're looking right at this shit, but past it. Going to your feminine role, you got the Queen of Cups. This is dreams, visions, fantasies, signs, synchronicities, and writings on the wall. This is also the X-Men training card. We all got powers. Here you are in divine form. You have some type of power. Like I say, this is your uniform. This is Superman in his Superman uniform, not in the Clark Kent outfit. This is Batman in his Batman outfit, not as Bruce Wayne. This is not the this ain't the Matrix Neo or the Matrix Trinity. This is Zion Neo, Zion Trinities, the motherfuckers with the plugs. There's no plugs and thing in the back of your head in the Matrix. In Zion, you your real form, who you truly look like, what you truly are, how you truly feel. Not saying we a different person in the Matrix. We just the Matrix version of ourselves, the worldly version of ourselves. And masculine, you've been seeing in your dreams who you truly are. A divine. Something more than human. The super nigga. You know what I'm saying? Not a regular one. Now, put more smoke on this Queen of Cups. We still got the 8 of Swords. What's the 8 of Swords? That's a self-imposed prison. It's mental. So that means only you can get yourself out of it. It's mental. So only you put yourself in it. These could be walls or gates that you put against your heart and mind and keep you from getting hurt. But in reality, if you put walls and gates around your heart and mind, it's just going to keep whatever's inside and keep whoever's out there. But it's not a way to live. It's not a way to live. It goes back to the overall energy with love, 2 of Cups, and it's pain. Pain is love. Love is pain. Says Ja Rule. Baby. Nah, man, when you get your heart broke, you learn a lesson. You break your leg, you're going to learn a lesson. What you think you're going to learn when your heart breaks? All broken heart teaches you is how to feel. How no longer to feel for someone, someplace, or something. or what to feel for someone, someplace, something. This is your mystery madness. You see exactly what you want. You know exactly how you feel. You ain't just feeling it on earth. You feel it in heaven. You feel it when you dream. This is also just dreaming and seeing your twin in your dreams a lot. Like I said, I've been seeing my twin like a mofo. Usually when I'm dreaming of my twin dreaming of me. I remember back in recognition. The first, I would say, it had been like the first 8 months of meeting him. We was in the car, and I was just having some real crazy ass dreams about the boys. Some freaky shit. Some real borderline sweet shit. I ain't even gonna stunt. That nigga watching this video, he gonna be mad as fuck. I'm gonna get an earful. Nigga, I'm sitting in the car with him. I'm just like it was just very uncomfortable in the car. Like it was just a lot on his mind. A lot on my mind. I was tweaking over the dream I had. And me being a nigga that I am, I'm a feminine. I just went on and said it. I'm like, just looked at like, yo, I had some crazy ass dreams the other night, bro. Some real freaky ass shit. That nigga looked at me and said, shit, me too. I don't even want to talk about it. I'm like, bet it up. We left it at that. Been dreaming the motherfucker the past couple of days. Like I say, if you really a twin flame, you're gonna dream about your twin. It's gonna be interactions and all kind of stuff in it. You know, like you take advantage of your twin flame situation. You utilize it to make it the best person you can be, and utilize it to make your twin the best person they can be. Even if you can't consciously get this job done, you subconsciously making your twin a better person through your actions and behavior. And you subconsciously making yourself a better person from your actions and behavior. Moving on, masculine, you personally, in regards to the feminine energy, got the 5 of Cups. This is being in a class by yourself. This is emotional isolation. This is loneliness. This is feeling like a hermit or being a hermit. This is Akon Mr. Lonely, Kanye West Love Lockdown, or Marlon Wayne's I Don't Want to Know. Video and the song. Or it's a few love song R&B joints that this kind of can represent. Like Genuine Differences, Return to the Mac. But my man, what's his name? I don't know if it was Toni Morrison or Rick Morrison or something like that. Return to the Mac. Yeah. Hey, this is an energy. It's just a feeling that you feeling right now. It's almost like you in a void from not having your twin around, or you kind of lonely without your twin, or you kind of feel like you out of place. Clarifying this 5 of Cups is the 3 of Pentacles. This is a bridge. This is you and somebody doing some shit. You and somebody building some shit. You and somebody bringing something to the table. This is like you going Dutch on a meal. Or you paying half for an occasion. It's like the way you feeling, you'll rather go Dutch with a motherfucker, or you'll rather pay for a motherfucking meal for another person as it wants to go to another restaurant by yourself, or go to another show by yourself, or go to another club by yourself. This is not wanting to be alone. This is just what you feel. 3 of Pentacles is also a bridge. A couple weeks back, masculine, you kind of blew up the bridge that you had that kind of took you to and from your feminine, swift and quick. And these past 2 weeks, you've been rebuilding that bridge. And I just take it as this energy is you ready to cross this bridge again. Like the bridge already been built. Kind of hesitant to use the bridge. But you know where this bridge leads. Straight to your divine feminine. Or divine counterpart. And for those who ain't fucking with their twins, to the love of your life. Or the job or career or the life of your dreams. Whatever this 9 of Cups is, this could be a dream come true, a wish is granted, a miracle, something you want to happen, happening. As far as yourself, masculine, in your mystery madness, you got the Ace of Wands. This is Awareness. This is the Nebuchadnezzar in my deck. This is the way home. How do you get to Zion? You gotta have a ship. How do you get on a ship? You gotta be out the matrix. How do you get out the matrix? You gotta leave the matrix. You gotta leave this world you think is real. This ain't the real world. The real world is up here. This world you've been living in is a fantasy. Once you get out this fantasy world, or if y'all just tired of matrix analogies, you know what I'm saying? Once you leave the world, where do you go? To the heavens. What's past the last atmosphere of this planet? The heavens. Do we not age in space? Do we not grow? You know what I mean? It says that in the Bible. We don't die in heaven. When we in heaven, like, we don't age. There's no more aging. There's no more growing old and shit like that. Those are big facts. Whether we're in a fucking spaceship in space or nigga ascended there. It's different rules apply. It's different physics. It's different laws. Divine laws start soon we leave this third rock from the sun. The only thing that got us to the moon, the only thing that got us to Mars, the only thing that sent these probes to outside of our solar system to get pictures of Pluto and Saturn and Jupiter and shit. You know how we got there? Math. You know what math is? Sacred geometry. Sacred geometry. Without math, we wouldn't have gone to the stars. We wouldn't even know what our universe looks like. Math didn't come from this earth. It was brought down to us, whether from some aliens or from a divine person that tapped into it. Awareness. What's a math whiz? Just a motherfucker with a shitload of awareness. What's a physicist? A motherfucker with a shitload of awareness. What's a life coach? Motherfucker with a shitload of awareness. What's a psychic? A motherfucker with a shitload of awareness. Awareness. You see how important it is to have it. More smoke, though. We got the 7 of Cups. This is being all that and a bag of chips. This is being more than a name. This is being more than a number. Social security card, something like that. This is being more than a credit score, being more than a man, more than a woman, more than a husband, more than a son, more than a father. You know, more than what your race is. More than your status, more than your fucking job position. It's just being more. Ain't nothing wrong with being more. All Divine has is more than what karmics got or bringing to the table or pushing out here. Ain't nothing wrong with more. Ain't nothing wrong with making yourself a better person. Ain't nothing bad about standing out. 6 of Cups, that's sauce. Everybody's saucy. Everybody's God's child. Everybody get love from God. Everybody came from the same starting gate. Whoop-de-doo. I told you, 70% of the world are karmics. 28% of the world are divines. 1-2%ers are just doing what they've been doing since really the beginning of... I ain't gonna say beginning of time. I was just saying since the beginning. They've been in power for a long time, centuries. We say that shit 2 times. 1-2%ers, they've been in power for a long time, for centuries. They didn't just get like this overnight. You got a few 1%ers who 1-2%ers given, technology, apps and shit like that, who've made it, to the what I call a financially free promised land. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of people were born into this shit. Just like a lot of us who are impressed and impoverished and shit. Like, I was born into poverty. I was born into oppression. I was born into a few things. It wasn't money. It wasn't a royal bloodline. It was none of that shit. But even them 1-2%ers are all God's children. Even these dumbass karmics out here are all God's children. We all started off as unknown knowns. We've always been divine, but we had to discover it. Like I said, your path, your purpose, your divine counterpart, the God in you, the divinity in you, you either gonna discover that shit or you gonna discard that shit. You either gonna discover that shit or despise that shit. You either gonna discover that shit or not do nothing with it. We were put on this earth for some reason. Masculine, that's been blowing your mind up for the past 2 weeks. Who am I? Why am I here? See, a lot of shit don't matter no more. There's a lot of clamps being put in the world. You see in the world for what it really is. You see in the world for who really runs this bitch. You see in the world for exactly what it's here for. It's a temporary space and time. All this awareness you get masculine, it's just making you more than who you've been. You personally, you got the 9 of Pentacles. This is being in a good fucking position. A even. Told you, eight of Pentacles, that's a life. The average person ain't got a life. What's a life? Shoes on your feet, clothes on your back, comfortable bed to sleep on, a home, or an apartment, or a room. Whatever it is, home is what a heart is. Home. You gotta have a home to have a life. But I ain't talking about like a fucking, like you can be homeless with a life. I know people who are homeless with lives. And I know people who got homes who ain't got one. Who ain't got no fucking life of their own. This is the things you got in your life. The family you have. Even if you ain't got no family, you get them. Like I said, I ain't never had a father. My twin became that. My twin ain't never had no child or no son or no shit like that. I became that. But I became more than that. I told you, my twin is my best friend. Nigga's my knight in shining armor. This was the medieval times. He would be like King Arthur, nigga. I would just be a loyal knight. You know what I mean? If this was Gladiator, nigga, he's like that old ass Asian king, nigga, and I'm Maximus. I ain't even this nigga's son, but I'm more of a son to the king than his own prince. And it be like that sometimes. Not only do you have a life masculine, you lining your life up. What's the 10 of Pentacles? That's the manifestation. Or you and another person coming together like butt cheeks. Or you just making room for a person, place, or a thing to enter your life. Final smoke on it. Got the King of Cups. Highest form of emotion you can be on is the emotion to say fuck it. If it ain't about the K for kingdom, it don't fucking matter. If it ain't about God, it don't matter. If it ain't about your path, it don't matter. If it ain't about your legacy, it don't matter. If it ain't about what's gonna stay here after you leave this world, it don't matter. Giving a fuck about the world and its priorities, giving a fuck what's going on socially, economically, that has no relevance here. Only thing that matters is what does. I said shit 2 times. The only thing that matters at this point in your life, because you got a life masculine, is what does. Future final row, we got the 5 of Wands. This is outside conflict. What are wands anyway? Actions, behavior, shit you doing, shit you done, not shit you finna do because you ain't did it yet. What you finna do don't matter. What you done matters. What you're doing matters. Let me say that shit 2 times. What you finna do don't mean nothing. What you done matters. What you're doing right now, that counts. This is life after home. Told you, 4 of Wands, that's going to Zion. That's knowing what the real world is. Once you even get to the real world, you still got life after it. Once you get in reunion with your twin, there's still life after it. Once you get into recognition with your twin, there's life after it. More smoke on this 5 of Wands, which could also be just hate. It's like hate you get from your family. The ones you love the most who don't really fuck with you. The ones you love the most who fake fuck with you. They ain't gotta be family. It could be your close circle of people. Once again, King of Cups that you had in regards to yourself. You know what matters and what doesn't at this point. So, at the end of the day, you got a whole life. 8 of Pentacles, clarifying this outside conflict. Let them talk. You got a life. They might not have it. Let them talk. You on purpose. They probably ain't found it yet. Let them talk about whatever the fuck you got going on with your twin flame. They ain't learning a lesson in divine love right now. They ain't experiencing divine love right now. They're experiencing everyday worldly affairs. Final card in this message, we got the truth. 7 of Swords. This is darkness coming to the light. Truth surfacing. A Decepticon or a hater or a person that's your enemy who had a mask on and you didn't know who the fuck they was. Their mask coming off. Their fangs coming out. This could be you keeping it 100 with yourself, someone else, or somebody keeping it 100 with you. Whatever this is, it's important. The 7 of Swords is definitely going to get you out of this 8 of Swords you got towards your feminine or a feminine or the feminine within you. These right here are results. 4 of Swords is being in your head. 5 of Swords, that's cocking back a bow. That's aiming. 4 of Swords, that's ready. 5 of Swords, that's aim. 6 of Swords, that's shoot. That's shooting your shot. That's taking a shot. That's taking a risk. 7 of Swords, this is the results from the 6 of Swords. Shot you took. It don't matter what happened. All that matters is what's happening now. It don't matter what you did. All that matters is what you're doing now. It don't matter who around. All that matters is who's going to be around in the long end. You're getting a lot of mental clarity. And it's a lot of truth coming at you. Final card in this message, we got the Knight of Pentacles. This is grooming. You making yourself the best person you can be. That's the truth. You making yourself the best person you can be. This is having influence. Or being influential. Or you being influenced by somebody. This is owning up to that. That you're either A, an influence on somebody, or B, to influence from somebody. Somebody might be your twin. Somebody could be this devil. Or karmic. This is the truth about your twin. The truth about this karmic. The truth about this devil. The truth about yourself. Final smoke. You got the Queen of Swords. This is being 10 toes the fuck down on what mental direction you want to go from this point forward. What are knights, queens, and kings and things? Divine realms of being. What are aces to tens? Karmic realms, worldly realms, common realms. Common realms. How does the divine move? On earth as it is in heaven. On earth as it is in heaven. Infinity. Doing shit for God, you're doing shit for the world. Doing shit for God, you're doing shit for yourself. You're doing shit for God, you're doing shit for your fellow man. You're doing shit for God, and you repeat the process. This is a never-ending story. Divines, we're going to live forever. Karmics, just like the world, y'all got an expiration date. Anything you want to do masculine is be in that number. Something your feminine been boastful about that you could never really grasp. But you're catching on. Catching on. That's the message I got. Hope I could be a good use. Stay tuned for the Divine Feminine situation in another poem. Deuces.